Whoa, hello. I think 7 viewers is as good as I could get now. Please tell me in the chat if sound is alright, if music is alright, if I should make something louder, or maybe not. And I think we will begin. It's actually quite weird because I can't hear myself. So it's actually quite weird because I can't hear myself. Okay, I think I can. So yeah, let me begin, I suppose. Sound is fine. Okay, thank you, emacs-TM. So, what I will do today, I will try configure my Emacs from scratch, or almost from scratch, because of a couple of reasons. First, it started to work really crappy. The second, I have no other ideas how else I could start streaming, and configuring Emacs is kind of a chilling exercise I can do all day and all night, because if you check, it's now 2:30 a.m. for me. So yeah. I guess what should I do first is do a font on its default, maybe a little bit text scale. Then let me show my current init.el, and it's complete mess. It's complete mess. It is based on evil. Here it is, and yeah, here it is, my evil mode config. It has quite a few hacks, remarkably this one. Maybe I should make font a bigger, after all, like 14. I think this should be enough. Yes, exactly. XMQA. I'm sorry if I butcher your name, because I can't speak English, as you probably heard already. So yeah, this is my main config, but recently I've tried another one, which is org mode based, and let me, I think, do yeah, it's quite yes, this and this, yeah. So I'll open my GitHub, my dotfiles, yeah, this is it. I've recently tried org mode based config under the dedicated branch. Sorry. And I wasn't quite satisfied with this as well, although one important thing in which it's different from my main config is that it is completely without evil mode. So only pure, 100% pure Emacs here. I'm sorry. There's a couple reasons why I didn't like the org mode based configuration. I even wrote a blog about this. Let me insert some shameless plug. Yes, here is my site, and just in case, there's a blog link. Why I think org mode based configuration isn't for me, at least for now. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna start everything from scratch. And yeah, let's do this. First, I'll delete this. I'll go into my Emacs folder and I will mark everything which is here for deletion. Besides probably empty init.el. Yeah, this is so sad. Goodbye. Okay, let's close my Emacs. I won't save any desktop. And yeah, it's already crippled. Let's kill it. And let's start it again. Yeah, just look at this beautiful, beautiful, clean Emacs. Can you tell me how long time ago have you seen this splash screen? I hope, or rather, I'm sure it was quite a while. I've tried kill Emacs, thank you, but it yelled at me at the echo area because it couldn't find some save his directory, which I've deleted. So yeah, what should I start with? First of all, it's init.el. And yeah, font is really small. I don't know if you hear, but my laptop is beeping as hell. So that's where I will begin. It's something bell. Oh no. Oh no. I failed. It's something bell. Beeping, yeah. How do I deactivate it? Visible bell. Is it visible? Yes, it's visible bell. I think it should be ignored. And oh no. Well, at least it's not beeping for now. Ring bell function, yes, exactly. Yes, now it's okay. What should I do next? Next I will disable all the GUI madness which Emacs has. in particularly its menu bar. I think what I'm gonna do, I will open my unfinished org configuration and we'll steal one bit by one. Let's start with menu bar mode. Bye-bye menu bar, toolbar, bye-bye toolbar, and scroll bar. Also, I really hate this cursor blinking, so I will disable this as well. Oops. Yes. Like this. Please die. Should it be -1? Yes. Yes, it should be -1. No, 0 works as well. Yeah, beautiful. This is the starter with which I can work. Next, what I really want to do is I want to add some security options which will check certificates and which will enable TLS for downloading packages. It's for GNU TLS verify error.t and set Q TLS check trust T as well. Yeah, error. Yeah. Let's check documentation for these variables. What have I done? GNU TLS verify error. GNU TLS verify error. Verify. Let's Google for it.
That depends what's on your mind.
I can't discuss it over the phone. Will you meet me?
I know that feeling. I want to talk to you too.
I can explain everything.
Where do we go?
Look at that. Let's check my master configuration, and I think I should increase font for my Firefox so you could see it. I think it's too much. 120 should be okay. Yes, it's there. TLS check trust. Should be. Maybe a little bit slower would be okay as well. Wow, 9 people are watching this. My hands are sweaty. I'm shaking. Yeah, let's continue. It's still in my literate config. Not this file, this file. What I also want to disable right away is a GUI pop-ups. You know, Emacs really loves GTK pop-ups and they really annoy me. For example, if I want to, well, I don't think if I can, yes, if I want to kill Emacs right now, you can see this little GUI stuff here. I want to disable them all, or maybe not all, but as many as I can. So How about some more setq stuff? It's xgtk use system tooltips nil, right? And now if I will try to exit, it asks anyway, because I also have to use dialog boxes nil. And now it shows anyway, because I'm a loser, apparently. I think that I want to kill Emacs and start it again. I will do this a lot of time. I will do this a lot during this stream. Yes. I think this should be okay. Let's fiddle a little bit. It still asks. Something. xgtk use system tooltips. How about checking the documentation for this variable? If now nil with the gtk plus build emacs, the gtk plus tooltip is used. Otherwise, use emacs own tooltip implementation. When using gtk plus tooltips, tooltip plus is not used. Sorry for my accent, it's really terrible, I understand. What about use dialog boxes? It's just use dialog box. Yes, and now, yes, and now if you pay close attention, I have a warning here which asks me to save a file, which I will do, and Emacs will close itself. Let's start it again. And what are you doing here? What will I do next? Next I will enable desktop safe mode. Yeah, exactly. So next time I will restart Emacs, it will take me back to my init.el. Let's do this. Desktop safe mode T. Let's close Emacs again, save the file, save the desktop directory for desktop file. Let it be my.emacs and restart Emacs again. And we're back, baby. Cool. Let's also save place, and I will increase my font again. Save place mode T. Hello, Tsoding. Thanks for blessing me with this best emote. But as you probably know, this is Vim, and I'm configuring Vim in Lisp. Yeah. What a nice place and nice time to be alive. Safe place mode is enabled, and let's kill this boy one more time. Yeah, I'm really sorry to offend you with my Vim editor. Okay. What I want to do right away is I want to introduce to some of you, which if you're probably not aware of, the best Emacs package manager, which is straight.el. and I've opened it already. So yeah, stray.el is a package manager for Emacs, which I'm gonna use together with usepackage, which you are aware, I am sure. The main killer feature for me for using the straight package manager is that it allows me to, well, it not allows me, it's just how it works, but it stores each and every plugin as a Git repo. So it basically clones the plugins at the Git repository, and I can in any time go back to those packages, hack them, make pull request, or just save them in my own fork. And I do this quite, well, not quite a lot. Purely functional operating system. What could it be? What could it be? It's actually quite funny that on his last presentation, John Wigley, when he was showcasing Magit, he actually used the Nix.os repository as a laboratory rat, which was quite interesting. So yeah, let's paste a straight bootstrap code and evaluate it. It should download straight, and it did. Next, what I want to do is I want to install a usepackage. And usepackage. Where? Yes, integration with the usepackage. Yes, Nix packages repo is quite intense, and when he did some interesting stuff like blaming someone from 6 years ago, it was quite intense and even slow at times. It actually was slow even at command line level, so I don't think we should blame Magit for this. So yeah, right. I will install usepackage with straight, and if you pay close attention to mini buffer, you see that straight uses melpa by default, which is quite convenient because I don't want to set up this by hand. Actually, yeah, and I should have usepackage right away. Yes, and I do. I actually do. Sorry for this mess. What I want to do next is I want to install my own sort of hack for changing fonts in Emacs. Frame font. Yeah, right. So both mini buffer and the edit area will be the same size. Maybe it will be more convenient for some of you. So let me actually retype this, because I love to retype things. First, I want to declare my font name, which will be hack. I really like the hack font. Next, I will declare my font size, which will be 12 by default. It's quite interesting that Emacs do not allow you to specify def custom without a documentation string. So it works like that, def custom, but if I will delete this, it will yell at me because wrong number of arguments. What a nice way to enforce documentation. Thank you, GNU. So yeah, I'm declaring my font size, and I'm declaring a function which will set frame font size, which will take an optional argument font size, which should change frame font size to font size. And I'm not sure it's actually interesting to see how I'm retyping documentation, so let me just copy and paste this particular line. Well, hello Llorente, or how I recently started to pronounce it, GNU plus Llorente. I'm sorry, this is late night. So yeah, let's create our font size, which will be either provided font size or this is a really nice Emacs customization hack. Well, not hack, it's absolutely documented thing, which will get the standard value. And I will use smart parens, my friend, because smart parens works not only for Lisp, but also for all other languages I will use. But I haven't got to it yet, so have some patience. And interesting that this customization stuff can get you standard variable, it can get you like default variable and current variable, which is quite convenient. Oh, I'm actually not butchered your name too hard. I'm glad. Let's close all those parens. It reminds me of a meme on YouTube about Lisp. Customize set variable. We'll set variable to the new value. Yes, exactly. And we will set frame font. Set frame font is a built-in Emacs function, by the way, function. Jesus. Nice string formatting here. Stuff like the name of the font and the font size. Yes, let's see if I did this correctly. Set frame font. It's set set frame font size. Set frame font size, like for yes, something. Set frame font, something is not working because I forgot to make it interactive, right? Well, it will be a base function. Now I will copy paste my helpers, which I well, Yebi Llorente VJ/font size is a variable name. Emacs accepts all sorts of symbols in the function, and variable names, for example, it could be a /, it could be a dash, it could be 2 dashes, it could be even this thingy, which is, I don't know, vertical slash or vertical bar, I don't know how this symbol is called. It also can be a exclamation mark. So yeah, interesting language, really interesting. let's copy paste my helpers. I should fix the scrolling, and I should evaluate all of them: increase frame font, decrease frame font, and reset frame font. Cool. Now yeah, you're welcome. I actually haven't used forward slash myself, but then I saw some guy used forward slashes to define his own functions, I mean his own namespace. He did something like define my slash and function name, and I think this is quite cool idea, because you know Emacs has global space, not global scope, so in order to not clash with anything you have to be really creative about your function names, which means something in front of the actual function name. And if you use any, basically, yeah, my slash is quite common, because you know people really creative about it. But I got sidetracked. So if you are using any plugin, you will notice this convention, like Magit has its own prefix, like, oh, what's that? Like projectile, like Ivy, Helm, everything basically. So yeah, if this shit is working, I should be able to increase frame font, and it does not work because I haven't defined this, and now it works. Great. And it's too big. Let me restart my Emacs once again, because I haven't done this in a while. And increase frame font. Well, surprisingly it works. Great. If any of you have problem with the font size, just say it in the chat. I can increase it just for you, because you know I love you. Indeed, that was what I was thinking about. Just like I name my branches Blurenta branch name, because Git repos are a global namespace. Well, yeah, something like this. Well, what's wrong about Magit? Just look at basically Magit that we see. Look at the site. It's Magit. It's like magic, but Magit. So yeah, Magit is correct pronunciation, even though, as far as I know, its creator is German. What I forgot to do is I want to add hook to my after init hook. Reset frame font. Yeah, it's actually quite subtle thing. So what I could do is I can reset frame font to proper size right after declaration, but I developed this habit to set theme and a yes, as I've heard, Tertius, the original creator of Magit, is German, or maybe no, he's not German, but he's from Switzerland. I don't know how to pronounce this country in English. Sorry. He's like German speaking, but I'm speculating, so don't judge me. So what I wanted to tell you that I love to set my frame font after init, just so if my init file got corrupted and my init hook never got executed, I will notice that something went wrong. Like my font will be off and my font size will be off as well. Tarsius didn't originate Magit, he continued the development. Well, it's interesting. Magic, Emacs. I actually didn't know about this. GitHub. No. Oh yes, indeed. Marius Volmer. Sounds like a German name to me. But yeah, interesting. I actually didn't know about this. So yeah, thank you, Marius Volmer, for starting such a great software for all of us. Yeah, I will add a hook to resize my frame font. Let me actually do like 13. Cool, it works. And really, by looking in my init file right now, I kind of forget why I started my Emacs bankruptcy in the first place, because my init file became a mess and I wasn't satisfied with my org mode thingy. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to split my Emacs configuration to multiple files this time. So yeah, I'm like it's like I'm reinventing programming from scratch. Like when I was a kid, I used to program all my stuff in the single file. Then I've learned to split them up, and I do the same thing with Emacs. Fell into the bankruptcy yet again. Exactly. It actually like the third time for me. Well, second to be honest, not third time. Because I've started with Spacemacs. Then I got curious about the internals, so I started from scratch. Then I've switched the computer and started from scratch again. Then I got sidetracked by the org mode, but it doesn't count like started from scratch because I've created a separate branch for it. But now I'm starting from scratch again. Yeah, if it makes any sense. I think it doesn't. Next thing I wanted to do is I want to show paren mode. Maybe later I will install the rainbow parens. Now I want just to highlight my current ones. Yes, just look at that. Cool, right? Yeah. Scrolling, yes, exactly. Well, scrolling is in Emacs is quite interesting thing. Let me just rant about it for a moment. They have mouse wheel mode, which works for mouse quite well. It basically listens to mouse wheel events and like scrolls lines. But then they created a pixel scroll mode, which should give an impression of a modern text editor. Like, let me actually enable it. Pixel scroll mode, which if I do it really slow, should scroll Emacs quite nicely. Like, yes. But you can notice the lag already. See? And up. Like, I'm barely touching my touchpad. And I think this mode has a lot of potential, because I tried to hack on it and I noticed that they basically built it on top of mouse wheel mode. I think what they haven't anticipated is that people will be using it with touchpads and all sorts of stuff. I'm actually sure it works quite well with mouse, but touchpad generates a ton like a lot of more events, and Emacs have basically it just, you know, it chokes with those events. Yeah, so it's quite unusable without mouse. That's why I basically want to... Oh, it lags with the mouse wheel too. Well, spoiler alert, I know why it lags. I spent a couple of weekends to improve the pixel scroll mode, and maybe if I feel that streaming is my thing, I will try to do something about it on stream, but I actually know why it's lagging. I know exact reason why. If you're really interested, I want to give you a little hint. How do I do this in Emacs? Yes, the main reason is seed 4. Which how do I do this? Then I'm really sorry. I am Vimmer. I have close to zero knowledge about Emacs built-in keys. I mean, evil mode is so amazing that I spent basically 2 years in Emacs without learning any of it, like built-in stuff. So yeah. Yeah, pixel scroll mode. They use seed4 quite a lot, this function, and it sits for a seconds and wait for events. But if events came too fast, it does not redisplace, so it lags, which is exactly what happens. Yeah, so if you're interested, you can look more. Where did I stop? I want to make scrolling a little bit more useful. Basically with Thikkk mouse wheel. No, let it be another block. Then what do you think you can do about it? Well, when I tried to improve it, I hacked a little bit cooldown timer, which on each event checks when the last time screen was redisplayed, and if screen lagged for more than 100 milliseconds, I forced it to redisplay. And when I did this, scrolling became really smooth. But then I faced an issue that they basically process every event in a while loop, and there's well, not no way, but it's really hard to break out. So every mouse event they stash in a while loop, and they force to display on every scroll. That's why you can make a smooth scrolling, which you can stop with Ctrl G, but you can't stop this by, for example, scrolling in another direction. Do I make any sense? My English really sucks, I'm sorry. One of the reasons me starting streaming is an attempt to improve my speaking English. So yeah. Mouse wheel. Oh, okay, you got it. I'm glad. Mouse wheel, scroll amount. This thingy will scroll by one line. Next, what I want to do is I want to disable progressive speed. Progressive speed nil. Progressive speed is when you scroll faster, Emacs starts skipping more and more lines. Yeah, so now when I touch my touchpad, I can see more or less okay scrolling. I hope it doesn't make anyone dizzy. Scroll. Damn. Yeah. Like it's really funny how my brain tries to use Vim key bindings, and I'm using Emacs without evil for I think 3 weeks now, and I still can't. I still haven't ingrained these key bindings. I mean Emacs key bindings in my muscle memory. Well, next stuff is when I scroll past the screen, it jumps to the middle, like you see. Now it will jump to the middle of the screen. It's really inconvenient. It shatters my focus, so I won't scroll conservatively. Conservatively. 101. Scrolling 101, everybody. So now when I will meta air, right? Yeah, meta air. Professional Emacs. It will scroll like a normal text editor. Cool. Let me start to actually comment on this. And how do I copy in Emacs? Mark. I will start to do this later. This is straight. This is use package. It's interesting that I physically can't type the word use the first time. Every time I try to type use, I type user, because I'm a web developer, well, web monkey if you prefer, and I type word user like 1,000 times per day. So every time I try to type used or use or using, I inevitably type user. Then I hit backspace, and only then I type the word I want. Reflexes, everybody. Next, yeah, confirming killing and yes or no, short. I just copy them and will save them right after annoying GUI stuff. And I haven't restarted my Emacs in a while, so I'll do this right now. Then I see the replay on my external monitor, and it really flashes. So I can only imagine how bad it is on the other side. So what I will do next? I think it's time to try to split my Emacs configuration into multiple files. Honestly, I don't know how to do this. I never done this before. So no, first I will install SpaceMax theme. Oh, thank you, so kind. Load file. I actually want to create a directory and load every file from this directory. And how to do this, I actually know. So I need to open direct file. I need to create a directory here, and in direct I'll create a directory with a plus, so it will be a plugins or site-lisp. How do I call it? I will call it just naming things is hard, I will call it Lisp. Or, excuse me. Let's call it, let's call it Lisp. No, Lisp is a really bad name. How about config? Like, yeah, config is cool. I need to try something really simple, so Control X, Control F, lol.el, something like defun, not lol, like cat, and it should be an interactive, and I will do something like message, hey you, and I think I should do like provide, right? Provide, announce that feature is a feature of the current Emacs. Really descriptive. Something like provide oh, I don't need if I load. Well, thank you. Let's try then. Well, cool. Basically, you create a stream, you announce it in Emacs subreddit, and then people come and tell you what to do. I really love this. Provide you need maybe only for require. I think this I don't want to use require at all. Well, I might be forced to because how straight package manager works is it basically loads or auto loads from the package, like all the things which package declared in its auto loads, and everything else straight ignores. And I really like it. I really like it because it makes quite explicit about what I have. But some certain packages, for example smart parents, don't have auto loads which I need, and then and only then I will use require. What I should also do, but I don't know if I will do this today on this particular stream, I will try to disable package.el as much as I could. Yeah. Yes. So I create a function. I will go to my buffer with init.el. I will load it's like it's user emacs directory, like expand, right? Expand file name, and expand file name looks for name, user emacs directory, let's call it yes, name optional, default. Should I somehow concat it? For example, expand file name. Oh, cool. So I can do the just Lisp. I should use double quotes, and my Python nature shows up. No. I remember there is some function like directory concat or something. Let me to-length wrapper directory files. Well, for now I think I will use concat. Sorry for this. Concat and damn this double quotes. Cool. Config and I will explicitly, for the sake of simplicity, do this true. Let's close my Emacs. Once again, messages. Oh, I know what I want to do is I want to fab. I've learned the most useful command in Emacs, which called fab. Like really, fab. Can you see this? Increase frame font. I don't even know if I bind it, like FFAP, and it finds file at point. Very convenient thing. Now I should, let me decrease frame font. I haven't bind it to any key. I'll do this later. Now I will call them by the name. Can you even do this? Huh? Maybe it can. It can actually. I will call this function right away. Right? Yes, hey you, it messages and it should create message buffer. No? Control X B. Messages. Yes, and if I will close my Emacs now, upon the start, it should appear in my messages. Right? Save file, yes, save. An error occurred. File is missing. No such file or directory. A lol queue. Come on. Meta P. Oh yeah, I'm aware about Meta P. Thank you. Let me open messages buffer. Hey you, just look at that. Just look. Damn, this selection is so subtle. I'm sure if you don't have this like Retina IPS monitor, you don't even know that some text is highlighted. Which reminded me that I should install a theme. And this, I think, is a perfect time to start a custom file, which will be called like themes or fanciness or the eye candy. Let's do this. Let's freaking do this. The file will be called fancy.el. Should I create prefixes for the file names? I think I probably should. Let's open some famous project, like maybe SpaceMax, SpaceMax. Has like core. It doesn't really have this SpaceMax prefix for every file. How about like projectile? It has just one file. Okay, I think it's not necessary. So yeah, let it be like fancy. Not fancy, it's too fancy word. So I'll call it fancification. Fancification.el. And here I will split my window in half, and I will check the init.el buffer. I will open this Spacemacs. I really like Spacemacs theme, by the way, even though I don't use Spacemacs. I will contributed to this theme. So yeah, what I will do is I will use use package Spacemacs theme. It's cool that you can use Spacemacs theme without Spacemacs. It even has its own repository on GitHub. Go give it a star. And straight package manager integrates with use package by using straight thingy, straight T. What it means is that use package macro will expand to straight use package and will be installed by the straight instead of by built-in packages. But I also know that straight has a built-in function to always integrate with use package. It calls something like straight use package by default. Yes, to a non-nil value. Yeah. Straight use package by default. If you set straight use package by default to a non-nil value. Let's do this. Right before installing straight. Set Q and then close it. Row number of it should be T, non-nil. Yes, cool. So I think I probably don't need to type this at all. And I will defer it. And I will customize it. How I'm customizing it? I will disable background for comments because otherwise it's, well, I think it's worth just to show it as it is first. Right? Yes. Let me not defer it. Actually, let me install it right away. Cannot load Spacemacs theme. Isn't it wonderful? I think I should restart my Emacs, and I should load my fancification. Even I can see if it's highlighted or not. Really, like for sure. Fancification.el. I won't be surprised if it will be broken, horribly broken. No? Cannot load Spacemacs theme. Cool. I need to install it. Okay. Straight T. Spacemacs theme. What am I doing wrong? Straight T. Cannot load. I just can't load it. Let's pull all. Interesting that it works kinda. Still cannot load it. Oh, I should load it manually because it's a theme, and theme can be dangerous, right? So I should load. Let me call it from metax load theme Spacemacs Lite. Yes, I'm smart. Mom, I'm smart. I'm really smart. And now if I will select anything, you can see it clearly. Great, isn't it wonderful? It also reminded me that I have to enable hell mode, hell line mode, T. Yes, so current line is highlighted. I really like it. What I will do next is I will install my own package, the only package I created myself, and put it on Melpa. This package will like manage dark and light themes for me, so I'd rather I just typed user again. It called heaven and hell, and it needed to switch between light and dark themes on the fly. I do this all the time when I, for example, coding at night. I don't have the lights around. I switch to the dark theme, even though the rest of the web stays light and burns my eyes. So yeah. I declare my heaven and hell theme type, which by default should be light. Then I am setting heaven and hell themes. I declare my light and dark themes. Like light will be the space max light, and the dark one will be the space max dark. Yeah. Then I will copy my hooks, which will be set after init, and I will do some bindings. And cool that Straight seems to use it, right? So if I hit F6, it prompts me about loading a custom theme, and now I'm in SpaceMax Dark. So now, by pushing just one key, I can switch between light and dark, and light and dark and light, and I can switch to default one by Control C F6. I do this sometimes when I mess my custom themes, but not too often. Yeah, cool. What's next? I've done with fonts. Oh, all the icons. I can't live without icons. So I will install. Oh, I typed use correctly. All the icons. And the font lock. All the icons had a bug which caused them to break with some font lock settings, and font lock package works well, but it wasn't on Melpa. So I will install it from Emacs mirror by using straight directive. This is called directive, right? Config. I will copy comment. Oh yeah, by the way, you see that SpaceMax highlights comments with a background, and it quite bothers me. That's why I will disable them later. So yeah, use package, font lock plus straight. I can specify host. It works quite like Kuelpa, but I haven't used those ever. I just heard about it. GitHub repo is Emacs mirror font lock plus Yes, and config. Well, here I have to require it. I've told you before that you really have to require some packages because they don't have auto loads. Yes, require font lock plus. Yeah, cool. Should work. Cloning all the icons. Building all the icons. Yes. And now I should all the icons download something like install fonts. Yes. Let's just quickly do this. Ensure T wouldn't work because it would call built-in package manager, and I don't want to use this trait. I think it even will yell at me that package.el is not initialized. Like if I, for example, use package foo and I will ensure T, you see error package.el is not yet initialized. So yeah, exactly what I want, because package.el initialization is damn slow. How do I backwards? Yeah. Let's open direct. No, let's back it up. It should be like direct. Yes, I will install, use all the icons direct. Like use package, all the icons direct, and it should be installed only after all the icons. And in direct mode, it should call all the icons direct mode. And let's clone this guy. And let's open direct. Let's kill this buffer because it was opened already. Yeah, just look at that. Just look at these fancy icons. Cool, right? Let's also disable this nasty comments background by customizing space max theme. Let's delete this straight stuff and add custom. It's space max theme comment bg nil space max theme comment background nil. Let's enable those. I cannot load space max theme. Why are you so? Let's defer you. Nil. And I also want my comments to be italic or italic. How to pronounce it? Wait, Google.com. Please switch language, you stupid. I hate Google. Let's open Macmillan Dictionary. Italics. Italics. Is it correct even? Italics. I hope it is. In space max theme comment italic T, right? it should work. Let's close Emacs one more time and open it again. And yeah, as you see, comments now are in italics and the background is gone. Is gone forever. And if I switch to the dark, to the Spacemax dark, you can see that italics is enabled as well. Yeah, let's switch to the light theme. Interesting that there is a way to retain original colors, which is like slightly bluish, and italics, and I even have comments in my old config which I will copy here because I spent quite a lot of time so I could find it later, and I don't want to bury it in my GitHub. Okay, what's next? Next. Is it like highlight line mode isn't working? Huh. It's because it's per buffer, right? So I need to enable it globally. Global highlight mode. Let's close Emacs one more time. How about that? Yes, and it works now. Ooh, great. So what next? Next I want to load all files which are in my config directory. Yeah, so this might have been quite slow in the future. So, but I want to try it anyway. Like here. I also should probably move this thing in my fancification, but I will do this later. Oh no, the custom set variables already there, like it's total garbage. I need to move it as well. I've read somewhere that there is a way to somehow get rid of it, like for good. So you can basically set them somewhere in your init file, like I'm doing, for example, with well, not with this one, but with my Spacemax theme configuration, in a way that this has only the themes themselves, but it doesn't configuration for comment background, which I was done earlier. I should look into this. And wrapper. So what I wanted to do now is I want to load every file into config directory without specifying them one by one. Maybe it will make sense to I'm sorry. Maybe it will make sense to do this later, like specifying directories explicitly. But for now, it will be an overkill. So what I wanted to do is I want to first check if my audio is still working, and apparently it is. Oh no, what have I done? Okay, and I'm back. I want to load every file for this directory. So first, what I wanted to do is I want to list over every location in directory files. So in emacs-lisp, we have a function called directory files, which accept a directory. For example, let's like paste this one, config, and it should yes, in the echo area. Can I somehow inject right into this buffer? I should probably eval print last expression, right? Eval print last, yes. Eval print last exp. Can I somehow is bind it to anything? Well, probably it's not. So yeah, directory files returns every file in the directory, and besides the needed files, I also have all sorts of garbage here. So to avoid loading this garbage and to avoid going here and here, I should improve this function. Basically, what I wanted to do is I want to provide not only this location to directory files, let me do this, but also absolute file, yes, and provide the special regex, which is directory files, no dot, not dot files regex, which is, what's that? How do I move? No, please help, send help. Which match basically dot directories. It's interesting that it's so commonly requested feature that they implemented it into Emacs. And if I call it now, let me kill this and meta x, yes. So now it shows absolute path to each my file, but it doesn't count my dot directories, basically parent directory and current directory. Also, I need to get rid of all this garbage. How to do this better? One way is that I can go through this list, like filter over this list. That I can filter over this list and check only those directories which have EL in the end. But filtering is like the second loop. What if I get this regex and I will combine it with that EL regex. Let's check how it looks like. It basically looks like this. What if I wrap it into a parenthesis and do something with the end of the string, like let's do block not dot. Oh, it's too cumbersome. I wonder if Emacs ever tries to load, like not, what have I done? If it tries to load not emacs-lisp files, Like, what if I try to I do? What's an I do? Come on. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And I guess that's it. What if I'll try to create file like load.txt, and I'll save it, and I'll save it here. Where's load.txt? Control X, Control W, right, file load.txt. Yes, what if I try to load it, to load this file? Like, should I even worry about this? Load, it's like expand file name, user emacs directory, file, execute a file of a Lisp code named file. First try file with ELC, then try with EL, then try with the system dependent suffix of dynamic modules. Then try file and modify it. The exact suffixes in the exact order are determined. Environment variable references in file are replaced with their values by calling substitute file names. Oh, it's interesting. Report no error if file does not exist. It's interesting as well. Don't try adding suffixes, might be useful for optimizations. If optional fifth arg must suffixes non nil insist. Blah blah blah. Yeah, basically, how about that? How about this? What substitute file name? Environment variables referred to in file name. Ah, okay. So it's like concat with load.txt. Really? I don't like it. Config /lol.el T as well. Oh yeah, file not found. I don't like it. It tries to load every garbage there, but I will ignore this for now. For now, I will stuff every file, even garbage one, to this lovely directory files function. And for each file, I will load this. So basically, it will be something like do list. Like, am I right? I can't really program in emacs-lisp efficiently. I'm just trying to use what I saw in the movies. Yeah, var list result body. Loop over a list. Evaluate body with var bound to each car from list in turn. Then evaluate result. Okay, let's try. do list. It will be a file, then it will be a list of this one, right? Oh, how bad it looks. I know that I can do this file. Yes, let's move this as expression here and once more re-indent this shit. Concat. So it is file and a list. Then we should do the body, and body would simply like load file. First, let's first of all message the file. Nil. Is this anything? Messages buffer. Oh, really? Just look at that. It works. It works. First time. Professional emacs-lisp programmer. That's how great I am. So let's try to load them immediately, and it sort of works. Let's try to load them again, and yeah, it works. It loads a lot of garbage, but it works finally. Well, actually it's exactly what I was trying to do. So it means that I can delete this, and I can leave it here, but then I can delete this garbage and delete this one, and I can probably join. How can I join lines in Emacs? It's something like meta and little grave, not grave. How do I pronounce this symbol? What is this symbol in English? Circumflex. A caret. Yeah, it's caret. How about I'm restarting my Emacs once again and see if it works. Emacs. Did it work? Let's check messages and see this. Hey you! Isn't it cool? Yes, it's cool. I think one of the last thing which I will do in this stream is I will enable winner mode. I will do this here for now, then I will move this into some convenient file. Basically what winner goddammit mode does is it enables a special thing which remembers my windows. So for example, if I look documentation of some function and I accidentally close it and I want to show it again, I can type Ctrl+C and left arrow, and it will display me this window again. So for example, I can open like direct buffer here. I can like go like first I will delete this. I will open something like fancification here, and I want to mess with this, but I accidentally closed this and I didn't want to close that window. Oh, my English is bad. I can press Ctrl+C and arrow and it will return, and I can basically continue to do this with my history. Yes, cool, right? And I think the very last existential, I would say, package which I should install will be the which key. I think I will install it into, for now, into fancification file, like use package which, let me close this, which key, yes, and which key, right, and on init I will call which key mode. Which key is a really great package which shows me the key combinations and functions which they really, it clones which key from Alpa. Isn't it interesting? I wonder if Alpa has the latest version of which key, but I wonder, but I don't really care. Oh, I fucked up. Pronunciation. Which key? Yes. So now if I type Ctrl+C and wait a little bit, it will open a little pop-up with all the help I can. And no, let's maybe Ctrl+X. Yes. So like I press Ctrl+X and after some time it pops up with the little buffer below which tells me each key I can press and which function will be called. Yeah, let me basically increase my frame font a little bit more so you could see this nice interface. And one additional customization to which key I want to make is I want to speed up echo keystroke, which I will copy from my previous configuration and I will stuff into my init.el, and it'll go right here. Yeah, basically echo keystroke will not wait for a whole second, it will pop up almost immediately. So I press Ctrl+X, Ctrl+X, yeah, and it pops up very fast, much faster than without this setting, because by default movement by default it's 1 second, so I have to wait 1 second for a pop-up to appear. And what can I say? I think it's a good start. Because my main thing was this one, which looks ugly, but it makes the job done. What it does is it loads every emacs-lisp file from here. I will get rid of this garbage of screen possibly, and it will be even cooler. I honestly don't think if I will do another Emacs configuration stream. The only reason I did this one to basically start streaming, so maybe I will do something like real programming next time. Yeah, what can I say? Goodbye people, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Yes, bye. Good night everyone. If it's night for you, for me it's definitely night. It's It's 4 AM. God damn it. I have to sleep. Yeah, thanks you too, emacs-TM, for participating. Thanks everyone else, and goodbye. Goodbye.